always tends to be like a very messy time, but you add a muzzleloader, Greg Paul, and you are waiting for a disaster to happen. These hunts come from late season muzzleloader hunting here in Missouri, and it was our last chance to tag a late season boner. And on the last night, in the worst weather known to man, a legendary buck we called Crazy Buck decided to step out.
We're back now to redeem ourselves. Rumor is Notorious B.I.G. is still out there. We got Crazy Buck.
Crazy Buck, and then whatever one shows up and you shoot is the chosen one. So the first night we went out and the weather was trash. Muzzleloader hunts hit best when it's cold enough to shrivel your nads, and this night was not that. Still, somehow we saw a pile of deer and even laid eyes on some real impressive bone bucks. Shoot that first night, and the next afternoon we were back out. But first, Greg and I had to drain our bones.
You see that boa constrictor over there? Yeah, dude. I couldn't believe the size of that thing. I looked at it, I'm like, that's got to be my cousin.
I tell you what, if we don't see any deer, at least it's fun, right?
Yeah.
You guys are probably like, hey kid, why didn't you shoot that deer? It's a fucking giant. Yeah, guys, you're totally right. But here in Missouri, you can't shoot a deer that doesn't have 4 points on one side. This was a giant 6 I called Chewy, and he was a 6-pointer for like 4 years, being mature. I had an encounter with him whenever he was legal, but I had a mishap with a gun, and I couldn't even get a shot off. So he's still alive. He's just like a fucking 12-year-old deer at this point. Maybe we'll run into him this year, and I will end his...
Unsure if we shoot Crazy Buck right now. We're gonna let him decide his own fate. Of course, it's gonna be morning by the time he decides to walk this way.
Third night, same spot. And listen, guys, don't do what I did here. I don't recommend hunting the same blind over and over unless your access is ninja level shit. Even then, pressure adds up. Your sightings will drop. Pro tip, rotate stands when you can. If you can't, you better know how to get in the blind silent as hell. Day 4 rolled in, and with it came the wrath of Swamp Nasty. Ice caked on everything, miserable, but perfect boner producing weather. We finally got the weather we want. However, we ran into an issue. Our door's frozen. We're just gonna add this to the list of things that we've run into and obstacles we're overcoming. Every single muzzleloader season we run into an issue, and this year Greg brought an entirely new issue that has never been discovered by us, but he also problem solved it.
Usually if I bring a problem, I bring a solution.
Finally, like some good weather for tonight, so I'm thinking that we're gonna kill. If we see the buck that we have seen the last 3 nights, and he's in, what's your yardage? What are we talking?
200.
200 in?
Yeah.
It's gonna be game over.
This was our last shot, and right when we were about to call it, the one, the only, a buck we named Crazy Buck came creeping on in.
Shot. He's getting a little closer, but he's just still not. Yeah, he's just straight on. He's like, yeah, I'll come in. I'm just gonna be straight. Yeah. But he's gotta stop. Yeah. So he's probably just gonna follow that doe. If he stops, I got a good shot.
I couldn't believe. What do you think? Let him stop on his own?
Yeah, let him stop on his own. Yeah, I'd get dialed up. How much can you see through your scope? Like, how's your light right now? Can you see vitals? He's to the left of that green evergreen. Set up now. Kind of looking at us.
I'm not even seeing in my scope right now. I'm getting a shit.
So what's so crazy about hunting is it's quite literally a game of inches, okay? And so like from my POV, I could see the deer like perfectly clear, had a broadside angle on it and everything. 2 feet away, Gray couldn't see shit. He had no idea where this deer was, and it's the way that the elevation in this field kind of is. So like picking a chair in a blind is kind of important, because then you could end up in this scenario right here. Whereas Greg, if he was sitting where I was sitting, dog, he would have been smoke pulling this deer every day of the week.
Broadside down. Broadside there, huh?
Hold on.
I can't tell if he's broadside now.
He's not, no.
Shit. Broadside there, huh?
No, he's kind of just keeps spinning.
Yeah.
Now he is. But he's kind of walking. Going in and out of focus here.
We're gonna lose him.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. Yeah, he's...
No?
Straight out of Compton, crazy mother named Ice Cube.